Hi, in this video we are going to start a new playlist on deep learning. Okay, so basically this is what I'm thinking of. So we will be using Plotly Dash as our front end and visualization framework, and in the back end we will try to use Keras and TensorFlow. Like most probably we'll be using Keras with the TensorFlow backend, and then we will try to understand different concept of deep learning as well. Okay, so that's why I have created this particular playlist over here. And if you see, I have given I have two other playlists as well. One of this playlist is called Deep Learning Fundamentals, which is basically covering the theory part, which is also part of my second channel. Like actually that is my first channel of Splunk and machine learning, so probably that videos I'll keep it over there. Now there are certain aspect of deep learning which we need to understand the mathematics behind it as well. So that part I'll be covering it over here, like linear algebra for robotics, ML and DL over here. And the coding part, most probably using the different kinds of frameworks, I'll be covering in this video. So there will be I'm actually covering the Plotly Dash in detail in that Plotly Dash playlist, right? So these two playlists, so the deep learning playlist and the Plotly Dash playlist, will have a lot of overlapping videos over there. Okay, so I will mention in each and every video like which video will be part of which particular playlist over there. Now this video we will talk about like how to set up a very small deep learning environment for learning purpose. Now why I said learning purpose, because first of all we will be setting this up in a Windows environment, and that too in my personal laptops. And if you see it, like I would not say like it is very hi-fi one. It's a very average laptop with a NVIDIA GTX 1050 Ti graphics card and a decent CPU over here with Intel i7. So now, even though this is not a very high configuration, at least for the learning purpose, this could be a very starting point. Now generally for deep learning dev environment, it is not suggested that you will be using Windows. Mostly you will be using Linux based system. But as we are setting it up a very small learning environment, this is a very good starting point. So if you have a system which has a decent CPU and like a decent graphics card installed, because when you talk about deep learning, like most of the times when you will be running your codes in GPU, it will be much faster over there, right? So it would be helpful even without GPU. Also, if you have a powerful CPU, you can go ahead with this one, but GPU is recommended over here. So now that's the one thing. And another thing is, like, we will not be training our models with a very millions of records. We will try to start with a very small amount of record, and it can be shown that like we still will be good with those models. It will do a decent performance over there in terms of like prediction and other stuff. Okay, so this should be it. And anyway, in future we will move these things into our cloud as well. So if you see, like, you can either use your Google Cloud or Amazon Cloud as well. Like we will try to use this kind of instance as well, but this will be much more costly, right, compared to your personal laptop. So that's why for learning environment, better to start with a very small setup. Then we can easily move to the bigger setup as well, either in Amazon Cloud, or if you see it, like Amazon has their own deep learning AMI instances, or we can move to Google Cloud as well, like deep learning VM images over there. And one of the good thing about Google Cloud is like it has a TPU support as well, right? So yeah, so this thing is there, but the thing is that we will try to build an app with Plotly Dash as a front end, and that would be much more interesting. And all the options, like all the work we will do, probably like you would have seen a lot of places where they have used Jupyter notebooks and all. Yes, that is the still best way to learn deep learning. But why I am doing this one? Because Plotly Dash is widely used for as a front end for the data science projects, right? So let us try to explore that thing over there. Okay, so for that, what I have done is I basically created an app in our in Dash basically. So if let me show you this one. This is the very skeleton app here. So we have a index.py. So all the creation, like how to create an Plotly Dash app and how to manage its code, like how to basically create the multi-page apps and basically keep your codes in a modular ways. There are two ways you can basically do that. So that thing I have discussed in my Plotly Dash video, like playlist over there. So what I'll do, I'll just give that link over here so that if you are interested you can refer that one. Anyway, this code will be available in my GitHub repo, so that GitHub repo link will also be available in the video description, so you can check out that one as well. So if I just run this app, so this is how we run a Plotly Dash app, right? So we'll just start from the file where we have this app.run server. So once we run this one, so it is saying Dash is running on this one, like locally. So this is my local Dash server here. Okay, it should look like something like this one here. So if you see, like we have just a string over here like welcome to Dash application, and I just created another simple page called model showcase over there. Probably like when we will, okay, it is taking some time to respond. Okay, it came now. So basically, like whenever we will be working with different public models, like out of the box model for which we do not need to do any kind of training, we will try to keep it over here. So I still not thought about like what will be the end design of this app, but we will just try to modify it as we go and as we learn this different concept of this deep learning, so that when we finish, probably it will be a very useful app to publish as well. Okay, and we will try to publish it somewhere over there so that it will be beneficial for a lot of people. Now in terms of libraries, so what you can do is, when I have discussed how to install Plotly Dash, over there we have to install the Plotly package over there, right? So that basically the Plotly Dash package over there, right? That you need to do, and as well as pandas. And now in terms of deep learning frameworks, we need to basically use the Keras and TensorFlow. So when you basically now with TensorFlow 2.0, Keras will be automatically installed when you will be installing TensorFlow over there, right? So for the all necessary libraries required, so what I have done is, so if I just open the app, so this will be the app structure over there, right? So this will be our main index.py, where this is the starting point of our app, and different pages we will try to mention it over here. Okay, so and the necessary packages will be here as a requirement.txt. So you can just directly install with pip install requirement.txt, and that should be enough to install all the necessary packages over there. And if I just open this file, so these are all the file, like the NumPy, Keras, TensorFlow, TensorBoard, everything will be automatically installed over there when you will be using this particular file over here. Okay, so including the files, or basically including the packages required for Plotly Dash as well over here. So that should be enough over here with this one. And another thing is that why I choose Keras on with the TensorFlow backend is, like, first of all, it's free to use. There will be a lot of learning materials available, so that we can refer it as well over there. Okay, and Keras is actually very much easy to code with, right? So it should be fun. And if you are basically not interested in the Plotly, so what you will be doing is basically from the GitHub repo you can get that code and just try to work on the deep learning part over here. That should be fine as well. And if you're interested in both of this stuff, probably these two playlists, let me try to go over there as well again. So these two playlists on Plotly Dash as well as this one will be very much helpful for you guys. Okay, so with this setup, let us try to deep dive into the different deep learning concepts. Probably in next video we will try to do a very basic stuff, like how to work with a model and how to predict with that model. Probably a publicly available model, I will try to choose it, and then we will try to work with that, and we will try to write the necessary code behind this one. Okay, and also maybe, like, if necessary, we will if for the explanation purpose, if required, we will try to use our Jupyter notebook as well whenever it's required over there. So hopefully this initial setup is helpful to you guys. See you in the next video.